Why is the mic facing
I've
down?
been putting mics on since you were in fucking diaper. I've been putting mics on since Moses wore short pants.
You put that mic on like a
Yeah, no, I've just never seen a mic like in the shirt like that.
Remoron.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't know. You don't know how to put on a mic. I know how to put on a mic.
This stays in. It is the rundown. It's February 26th. Leap year, 29 days this February.
Yep.
It's brought to you by High Noon. Take it away, GB.
So the High Noon El Press Pack is here, featuring the top 4 High Noon vodka seltzer flavors as ranked by the man himself, El Prez.
Not you.
Not me. These are Dave's.
Yeah.
These flavors include passion fruit, pineapple, pear, and an all-new flavor in tangerine. They are all made with real vodka and real juice. This 12-pack is only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Just look for the pack with Dave's beautiful face on it. You can even scan the QR code on the pack and have El Prez virtually join your party. Personally, I'm a huge pineapple guy, excited about that. Very underrated, great flavor. Pear.
Tangerine's great too. The new tangerine.
It has a bit of a bite to it, I would say.
It's real good.
Bite to it. Did you guys follow Dave and Miss Peaches over the weekend?
Of course.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
The greatest duo on the internet.
I would say so. It used to be Caleb and Glennie. Now it's Miss Peaches and Dave.
They used to say it goes together like peaches and cream. Now they say it goes together like peaches and Dave.
They do.
And carrots.
So, El Prez Pack at highnoonspirits.com or at your local store. We're starting the show with a very special guest, one of my favorite people in the world. His name, Frank Fleming. His game,
In his finest Tom
Yelling.
Seaver jersey. In his finest
and
Seaver.
he wanted to address the video from the Devils game over the weekend.
Landing! Fire, Landing! Fire, Landing! No, you shut up! You don't want to watch something! You're coming in against the
Hey,
You did this to Devils! You like losing games! You're in the middle of the whole crowd saying, shut up, Frank! This is good. They're gonna push around!
Frank, take it away. What happened?
I just don't get. I just don't get this team. I don't get. I've gone to games and I've yelled much louder, much more annoying.
And you don't curse, right?
No,
Yeah.
all class.
I yelled, "Move the puck, move, circle, cycle,
Yeah.
hit somebody," and then I yelled, "Fire Lindy," and the
that's what did it.
the whole crowd started chanting, "Shut up, Frank! Shut up, Frank!" And it's like then you have the security lady that's there saying, "About time someone told him off."
Oh.
Oh.
So this was someone reached their breaking point.
And then supposedly they were saying I should get out of here because I'm going to get
So
jumped.
the guy took you behind the curtain. What happened behind
that's
the
crazy.
What happened
he
behind
says
the curtain?
he basically took me says you're going to need to calm down. Your negativity not helping anything.
That's what the security guy said.
Yeah.
And you said, "I feel you."
And then I did my thing at the end. He goes, "You're nothing but a problem."
So it's you versus is it Prudential Center?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
versus
is
Prudential
this-
Center.
is
And then the whole crowd's chanting, "You fire Lindy." Then the other people in the crowd start chanting, and he goes, "Your fault, Frank. Your fault, Frank."
It's like a civil war brewing.
Well, I don't think it's your fault, but is this the sort of thing? Are you trying to like boycott Prudential?
I don't know.
Tell us what
don't
we
know.
need to do.
Do you love
Are
your
you
Devils
weighing your
game?
options right now? Like you don't. Know how to
I
react?
don't know. I might want to move my section.
Yeah.
Yes, the people that are at that section don't help. It's like someone wanted to take a picture of me, like a kid wanted to take a picture of me. They yelled at him, said that, "Yeah, you shouldn't be taking pictures with that." And then they yelled at him, "You're only encouraging him."
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So is this more of a Prudential Center problem over a Devils actual organization?
Well, the Devils have sold their soul to Lindy Ruff, who is the worst coach in the NHL. I mean, this guy supposedly now is having issues with Jack Hughes, and
That can't you.
they might trade Jack Hughes because they like Lindy Ruff so much.
Oh no.
They had. Do you know how many hits they had yesterday? As a team?
6 or something.
6.
Yeah.
That's a soft team, huh?
They're the softest, weakest
I'm
team
sorry.
I've ever seen. Their players getting their asses kicked. Like Nathan Bastian got his ass kicked by the Rangers on
He did.
Thursday night. He got his ass kicked, and the Devils are like afraid. They look scared.
Yeah.
They look scared. They look timid. Jack Hughes does not look 100%, and the season's spiraling out of control. And now I have the Prudential Center just against me.
Well, we're with you.
Wait,
we
but
stand with Frank.
as you're such a man of honor that you're wearing a Devils hat right now.
He still is.
Yeah.
The loyalty doesn't end.
Yeah.
I'm almost kind of freaked out that there's no voice raising right now.
Yeah, when Frank is calm like this, when he's disappointed,
That's
like
when you
this,
know
that's
it's
when you know
bad.
it's for real. And this is the team he's always been the most positive about.
I've been woke on this. I said this after the Rangers playoff series last year.
Yeah.
I think low-key the Devils are Frank's favorite team.
Oh, I mean, he is. I mean, he loves
Now,
Jack Hughes.
I do.
They need to keep Jack Hughes.
They've
for
had the most success.
The way I watched
so
Frank
it's
talk about
easy.
Jack Hughes last
Yeah.
year, it was the cutest. It was cute. he loves Jack Hughes.
He's been banged up and hurt because he has no one watching his back
protection,
on the
yeah.
team. He has no protection. Literally, he could get. You could grab him. You could knock out Nico Hischier, like he got a bad concussion earlier in the season, and nobody responds. Nobody responds. There are no bruisers on his team. Brendan Smith tries to be a bruiser, but can't be.
Yeah.
Nathan Bastian tries to be a bruiser, but he doesn't have the body to be a bruiser. And the season's been a nightmare, and now the whole arena hates me.
I don't think the whole.
I don't
arena
think-
hates
I don't
you.
think
There's
so.
definitely.
I don't think
Frank
you have
guys
any
out there.
reason to think the whole arena hates you. There might be a bad vocal minority, but I think most Devils fans love you.
They're planning to jump me.
No,
I don't think so.
they're not. I'll tell you what, they ain't jumping you.
They're not jumping you.
That's
I know a lot of UFC fighters from Jersey. If that is even a threat, we will threaten back. Double.
You're the internet sweetheart. If you were jumped, people would die.
I mean, it's
It would be like season 5 Sopranos. This is
Yeah.
a family war at this point.
Yeah, I'm down to go to war against.
Now,
the Devils.
I will go to war.
It might be too soon to ask, but are you thinking about jumping to the Rangers?
no.
Hey, we're a good team. We'd open arms, Frank.
Very good. Very
No.
good. We do have.
You'll go down with that ship.
I mean, your family worked at the Continental Airlines Arena when the Devils were winning Stanley Cups. I don't understand what went wrong there.
Yeah.
Your family did?
My mom did. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it's just, it's been a frustrating season, and supposedly Lindy Ruff's got a job for life, and now
Leave us with a song.
He
Hey,
has,
I do have one last question though. So
He
for
has so many fans in the stands. They shout down anyone that stands fire Lindy.
next home game, what's the move though?
I don't know if I'm going.
You know. Yeah.
When is the next home game?
Man of conviction.
Next week they're going to California.
All right, so that's good. We have
yeah.
a couple of days to sleep on it. Think about our options.
I tell you what, if they don't win 2 out of 3, I'm probably not going to go to games. I mean, they're playing. They've already lost. They already got blown out at home by the Sharks and Ducks. These are the 2 of the 3 worst teams in the AHL.
The Sharks are.
And if the Ducks too,
Yeah.
they got blown out by both teams.
Yeah.
The game against the Sharks, they had like 5 hits in that game too.
Sharks got like 15 wins total this year, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they beat the Devils, it was their 1 win in a 20-game stretch.
It's really bad.
The Devils
wouldn't
play
make two
down to
ways
their
about
level of opponent. They've only scored the first goal in like 16 of 54 games.
It's not good.
Might not be your year.
But you know what? Maybe this will serve as motivation to the team. Maybe the team will.
Oh,
see
they
it.
They don't
see
have
it.
motivation.
They see it.
And there
They
you
don't
go.
have heart. Yesterday's game showed it too.
But you got heart, Frank.
I mean,
You got heart.
yesterday's game could have put them back in the playoff spot. Not back in the playoff spot, but put them in position. Yesterday's game showed me that they don't want to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they have fans that actually support it and love it.
If this helps, Mikey Grunelli did tweet that he thinks there's a shakeup coming to Newark soon.
It better.
Yeah. So,
Better.
Hey.
I mean, they got, to me, you don't trade the youth. You don't trade Nemec. You don't trade Jack. You don't trade Luke. You don't trade Nico Hischier.
It's a good core.
Yeah, you build around them.
How about Timo Volbach?
Oh, God.
I do love that nickname. Man.
He has been
Oh, I just
so hot and cold this year. He's either had a
my
good game.
favorite word.
He's had a few good games. He had a good game against the Canadiens, who have lost 13 of 14. The only team the Devils could beat recently.
bad, too.
The Devils had a good game outdoors. It's like there's like a motivation issue, and it's got to be that coach. They got
coaching, yeah.
and even like the top beat reporters, he's short with the reporters. He's nasty. He's not a good guy. Last year it was Andrew Burnett that helped this team be good. And I don't understand why this blind general manager who can't get us any toughness or a goalie, and I wouldn't trade anyone big for a goalie. I mean, the season's going to fucking hell. I mean, but get someone in there. It's tough to fully let him go. God trade him.
He's old, Lindy Ruff.
Yes, he is. He's very old. I mean, we got fucking Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden coaching the team.
I mean, I remember when he was
Hello,
the coach of the
darkness,
Sabres
my
against
old
the
friend.
Rangers, like 15 years ago.
That's a fucking hit.
Yeah, it was good.
He was old 15 years ago.
I mean,
Oh, Lindy?
Lindy Ruff reminds me of in the NBA, Don Nelson.
Yeah.
And teams that kept Don Nelson went down the drain.
Hockey does this a lot.
They just fire.
The hockey, there's
recycle
only
these old
30
coaches.
coaches. They only get you
It's
30 coaches.
all hockey does is recycle the same old coaches.
But
over and
to
over.
bring someone else in, Kevin Dineen is done good in Utica for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel you, Frank, and I don't like how
I hate.
how actually sad you are. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it just the fans shouting me down, and then like supposedly there were threats that someone's gonna jump me.
nobody's
I don't like it.
jumping you.
Nobody's jumping you.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah, you still don't want to hear the possibility,
Yeah.
though.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. All right. Well, thank you, Frank.
Thanks.
Should I do the obvious joke as he leaves?
What?
What?
At least the Mets are about to start. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your
Have a
Seaver
good
jersey,
walk.
though, Frank. Great jersey.
That's the Michael Cera in Arrested Development
Yeah.
when he walks past
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
That made me sad. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, Frank's down.
I'd rather my tank yelling, so I know.
Let
Yeah.
someone fucking jump him now.
Boy, oh heavens, that was sad. So rushing the courts in the news.
Yeah.
You guys hear about this one?
Big
We did.
time.
Duke lost to number 8. Duke lost to Wake Forest on Saturday at
Go
Wake
Deeks.
Forest, and Mr. Kyle Filipowski. I hate his last name because it reminds me of
Mike Wazowski?
Karen from The Office. Karen Filippelli, Kyle Filipowski.
Mike Wazowski.
He tried to push and trip a fan who was peacefully rushing the court, and he ended up spraining his ankle. And then now all these losers are like, well, ban rushing the court because Filipowski started it and he couldn't finish his own business. Jay Billis this morning said that every fan who rushes the court should be detained and arrested.
That's funny. Round them up like the January 6thers.
That's basically what he said. He said, trap them on, I'm not joking, he said, trap them on the court and detain and arrest them.
Just
They do
lower the hell in a
cage,
cell.
yeah.
They do that. Like last year we did for Storm Chasers.
SEC, right?
SEC.
Yeah.
There was like no chance.
So SEC doesn't allow it.
No.
It's like a $250,000 fine.
So they take it seriously.
My
I would love for them
idea.
to drop a cage on the court.
So my idea is this: you put a 60-second countdown on the jumbotron. Everybody's waiting. The players shake hands, get off the court, and then
That's a good idea.
Everybody runs on.
That is not a bad idea. That would be a.
Maybe not 60 seconds though. Maybe 30.
Players have to get off.
60 seems like a lot.
Yeah.
60 seems like
No,
you're going to be over the wins.
Yeah, but it also says like how important is rushing the court if you're not willing to wait 1 minute.
It also takes away the spur.
exactly, which is what they want.
Yeah.
Have you ever rushed the court?
Me, no.
Did it at Maryland versus Duke, my senior year of college. Kind of cool. You're like jumping up and down for broken foot, and then after like 30 seconds to a minute, you're like, all right.
It's pretty
So,
fun. I mean, last year for
yeah.
Storm Chasers, we got a storm at TCU. It was
Well,
a
that's
blast.
different. You guys are breakdancing in mosh pits.
The only problem with storm chasing, which I'm excited to do, is there are some courts where it's elevated.
Is this announced
Scares me.
that you're doing it?
Wait, elevate. So you got to like
You
get
got to jump down a little. Yeah, it terrifies
Oh,
me.
I see what you mean.
Oh, terrifying.
Yeah.
I've been to a few games where I got to the whole time like if this team wins, I'm going to die.
Is it announced that you're doing storm chase?
I don't know if we've announced it yet. But
All right, well, Glenny's doing storm chase.
I think it did get announced.
I don't know if it is announced.
Maybe.
Should they ban storming the court, Glenny?
No, it's
No.
fun. It's fun.
A storm chaser can't say
It's
that.
I think it's like just a great college tradition. You only get to do it in college.
This guy got hurt. It was
Why?
like you said. It was his own fault for sure.
Why did the SEC?
Okay, in the slow motion, it looks like his fault. In the fast motion,
like
he
this.
looks like Simba in The Lion King. He just has a
his foot out.
stampede.
Like
yeah,
this.
but he was fucked no matter what. It was a stampede coming his way.
I mean, you can't ban. So I wish there was one way you got to just figure out to do the opposing players. That's it.
Yeah, I think
That's the only
I think
thing
you
you gotta
just have to
figure that
give a
out.
countdown.
Did you see what Creighton did the other day?
What did Creighton do? Tell us, John.
They heard the video. I don't know if or a picture. I don't know.
Play
if
that
we can
video,
include
John.
it.
That looks nice.
But basically, the security guards just protected UConn when they lost to Creighton. UConn's the away team.
Yeah.
Creighton's from the court. They were able to successfully form I guess a wall around the bench.
Yeah. I don't know how they did that. But
I don't know
kudos to
how
them.
they did that, but they managed to do
Oh.
it. So that's not a bad idea.
I do think it's a cool college tradition. I understand the SEC banning it also. I think you're a loser if you say people should be arrested for doing it, obviously.
No. It's fun if everyone's involved. Like anything else in life, if everyone's involved, like last year when we did TCU, they were so into it. It was so much fun.
Right.
Memphis, the last day we went to Memphis, they were ready for it. It was so much fun. But like the games when you don't feel like it's welcome, it's an odd feeling, which SEC makes weird. But I mean, if it's just a fun college thing. Like, protect the opposing players, you're good to go.
Of course, it's like the one Duke fucking loser spraining his ankle to make this whole thing a discussion. I'm sure people are like, well, something bad could happen somewhere else. It's like, I don't know. Could it though? It's like really not.
It usually doesn't.
Yeah, I would say stats show that really nothing bad ever happens.
But speaking of people going to jail and bad things happening, Cam Newton got jumped.
Oh, yes, Cam Newton got jumped at a youth football game, a 7-on-7 youth football tournament in Atlanta. His team did win the tournament. And then, as John Rich noted, his hat did not fall off his head during the whole brouhaha.
Shit.
Cam did not look like he threw a punch. He was more just like keeping people off of him.
I thought he threw a punch.
It didn't
Can we see this video?
It looked like he. So John Rich doesn't like when we asked for the video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because we don't have the rights to play it on the actual rundown. But we can watch it right now.
There are a couple angles of this, couple videos. I think he's throwing a punch.
He's more like throwing people down and away from him, I think. You know?
I don't think so, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy comes running in with a sucker punch.
Yeah, and his hat stayed on.
Do we have an explanation on what happened?
I looked as recently as 15 minutes ago. There's still no explanation of why he was jumped.
That guy in the white shirt came in like a bat out of hell.
Now, it could be because his team won the tournament. It could be people wanted his hat.
The hat staying on the head is great because he has the hole in the top for his hair to come out, so it kind of keeps it in place.
Can I tell you something funny? There's a meme coin, crypto coin, called Dog Whiff Hat, and it's like the newest like Dogecoin, and the motto for it is the hat stays on. So now like Cam is big in the Whiff coin community because the hat stays on.
Yeah. If I ain't Cam Newton, I'm scared.
Yeah,
that's a dumb idea.
He's a big guy.
Cam Newton is an abnormally large. You mean large?
Large.
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 The hell is large?
You say human.
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 Lonnie will never pronounce an H at the beginning of a word. He says huge. He says human.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
He doesn't pronounce H's.
Oh, that's a huge difference. Oh, that's a huge
He doesn't pronounce H's.
Oh, that's a huge sweatshirt. What's another one?
Youth.
Hugs?
Youth.
No, wait, it has to start with an H and you pronounce it as
Yeah.
Y. Sorry.
Hugs?
No, he doesn't say yugs.
Hugs.
Yeah.
All right, so you know how to do it.
It's the
Oh, it's
HU sound.
Huge.
Human.
Or
Your.
Or.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner. Wow, that's
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Grant.
All right. Speaking of, no segue there. You know, Hugh Grant, back in like '94, he was caught with a prostitute, and it was like the biggest story of the year. Nowadays, nobody would care at all, but it was a ginormous. He was with Elizabeth Hurley at the time. People were like, "What are you doing?" Big story back in 1994. Same with Forrest Gump, a movie that was out in 1994 that Shane Gillis did a sketch about. So
I love that sketch.
Tie that all together.
One of my favorite movies of all time. That was a great sketch.
So Shane Gillis hosted SNL. It was, I think people compare it to the Eras Tour for men. It was a huge event. It was also just classic SNL. They did a cold open that was universally hated and got 0 laughs. I wrote a blog about it today about the whole thing where, like, I think that was SNL writers, you know, they're all like just like blue-haired theater kids. Like, yeah, you're gonna have Shane Gillis host our show. Well, we'll show his audience who's boss by doing like a bad political sketch for the cold open. It was god awful.
And it was also a Trump sketch. I was waiting for.
I know.
Shane but do they not do the host in the beginning?
They rarely do. Yeah. So then Shane did his monologue. I've never really seen someone with so much like nervous energy about a monologue.
My God. I mean, that must be so.
I think it added to it though. Like it was like very Shane Gillis, like kind of laughing nervously and being like, "Well, I thought that joke was."
My heart's like kind of beating right now thinking about how nervous he was.
But he landed it though. Like it started off like nervous, and then I thought it like he settled in, and I thought it was a fairly good monologue. He did like some of his act. He did some new stuff. I thought it was very funny.
It was weird that he did some of the stuff from his special.
I think when you have this new audience, like we think Shane Gillis is like massive because he's like we're his crowd. There's also this whole other SNL crowd that might not know, Shane Gillis, like the moms who like, ooh, we're watching SNL tonight, and so he like did a little bit of like his set, like, hey, this is who I am. Then there's, the divided internet as always. Oh, he said retard. It's like, well, he's allowed to say retard. It's comedy. And then we get into that whole brouhaha.
I thought it was great. The mom joke was really funny.
The mom joke
that was
hilarious.
Oh, but he's gay for his mom.
Like,
great joke.
Every young boy is their mom's gay best friend.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It's a great joke. So... and then the sketches, like,
I forgot what he was saying about his dad too. That was fucking hilarious.
That stuff.
It's like nobody thinks it's funny that I brought my dad here to say that. And then
right.
And like you said, you could see. I saw a bunch of comments. I was reading like the YouTube stuff earlier, watching on the train. The band even.
The redhead.
Not into it.
Not into it. Yeah, she kind of stole the show by being so stone-faced that I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
Like I was waiting for her to crack a smile.
I didn't think she was as stone-faced as everyone's saying. I was watching her crack a smile.
It was just like. Yeah, it was like a half smile the whole time, just like.
I read a bunch of comments that said the band never laughs during them.
Oh, they definitely laugh.
I think they do.
Oh, they definitely laugh.
I think they do.
No, as far as the episode goes, I thought it was one of the better ones of the last few years. The very final sketch was Shane Gillis played a guy. They were talking about targeted ads. It's like
that was funny.
We were just talking about Aruba. Now I have an ad for Aruba, and then Shane was like, "Well, then why do I have an ad for a?" Green Bay Packer butt plug that plays the Green Bay Packers song, and it's even louder when you open your mouth, and it got like very descriptive, and then the payoff was he had the butt plug in, but that was like the very last sketch, and then there's this unaired sketch where it was Limu the emu, and the emu shoots a guy, and it's like a very funny like parody commercial that they cut from the show, but you're still gonna.
I thought it was funny. I mean, it was a great skit. I don't know what the actual like how this works legally.
What's that?
There was like a lot of blow in it. Are you allowed? Like, does SNL ever do blow stuff? Maybe that's why it wasn't in there.
I think you can.
Yeah, I think you can do anything on SNL.
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess maybe that was the only reason.
Oh, you're saying
it was a great skit.
Yeah,
I was like, I feel like I've never seen like a block of coke on SNL before.
No, back in the day, they did a lot more.
Back in the day, it was also back in the day.
Yeah, before the libs.
Probably had Chevy doing whatever back in the day.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Ever heard of him? Chris Rock.
They were
Sandler, Farley.
Yeah.
You're just doing the SNL intro now.
Yeah.
Chris Farley.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a fine episode. You're still just gonna get SNL. It's like they hire some unfunny writers to write political sketches that I think everybody's pretty sick of at this point. So, yeah, I mean Shane did his best. It is what it is, I guess, at this point. What you got anything, Bob? I think
we
SNL
talked about it for 5 minutes. What do you mean I got anything?
Yeah, I loved it. It was Dude Super Bowl, like you said. It was our
besides the actual Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, so the Super Bowl's Dude Super Bowl, more or less.
I guess.
What's your wristband, by the way?
Oh, it's the wristband.
He's in Aspen. He's at a music festival this weekend.
Aspen. Have you been to Aspen?
Never.
So that was your first time, right?
First time.
Make Believe Land, right?
I did enjoy the flying into it. It was fucking phenomenal.
Did you walk around the town?
A little bit. It's
pretty nuts.
It was very, I mean, I've only been to Park City once, and it was like a Monday night, nobody was there. So I feel like Park City vibes. I mean, it was beautiful. Like flying in was the highlight of the weekend. I loved flying in, just seeing.
Have a couple high noons?
I did have a couple high noons. Yeah.
Aspen is as fake to me as Vegas, where it's just like everything in Aspen is $1 billion. Everybody's good looking. Everybody's wearing like very expensive
there was
clothes.
Not describing Vegas in the same way.
No, like the same way like Vegas is like a fake city in the middle of the desert. Aspen is kind of like
everyone's
just
ugly.
like
It seemed like it was like Arctic. It seemed like it was like Arctic Montauk. From what I never really been to Montauk.
Yeah,
like Arctic
yeah.
Montauk. But yeah, there was not a lot. I was probably the ugliest person in that. if we had to call a spade a spade.
Yeah,
There was a lot of hot
I went there and I was at just like a dinner and some like big wig at Snapchat was like at the table next to us.
A lot of hots.
Like, geez,
Got married to what's it?
No, it wasn't him though. It wasn't It wasn't Evan Spiegel, who's married to Olivia Munn. Is that right?
No.
She's with
No,
Mulaney.
the other
Is
Olivia.
she still with Mulaney?
Who's the other Olivia?
Not Wild.
No.
Wild? Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Miranda
Oh,
Kerr.
yes.
Miranda Kerr.
Model, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was close. So he's worth billions.
All right, Florida Man games.
Yeah.
Florida Man.
I love this. I love Florida men.
So the Florida Man games happened over this last weekend, where men from around Florida came together to compete in a series of Florida Man style events. Competition kicked off with the national anthem played on electric guitar. Events included eating a large plate of barbecue, fighting in muddy water in an inflatable
Gross.
pool,
Oh, yeah.
a relay race where competitors carry things like bicycles, copper pipes, and that's a big word I don't know.
Catalytic.
Wrestling with while holding pitchers of beer, and evading police where they had to run from actual sheriff deputies, jump fences. My phone's ringing. I bet you it's Ben Mintz.
Is it Mintz?
He wants to talk.
No, it's Elio.
Elio, the Iceman.
The Iceman.
You just iced out the Iceman?
I can't do that yet.
You and Elio talk.
Of course. Iceman, you're on the rundown.
Oh, I'm on the rundown?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, I had a poker question for you, Nate.
What's up, Elio?
So, when Mintzy was playing last night, tell me this. When he had the pair of tens and the other guy was going for the flush draw,
Okay.
remember when he lost that hand sort of late last night?
Oh, yeah. The guy turned to flush.
Yeah, turned to flush. Is that the right move?
Yeah, but that was fairly standard for both of them. Yeah.
I mean, so you're saying you would put in all, I know you're a little bit ahead when you have high, like, I think you get tens. He had the
Gibberish
lead.
to me.
But is that, I mean, can't you get in a better spot than that? Or is that
If
the
you're
spot?
you're saying if you're Mintzy?
Yes.
No, I mean, he got it in good with the tens, and the guy had to hit the flush. What do you have, ace-6 of diamonds or something like that?
Yeah, ace-6 of diamonds.
Yeah, it's fairly standard. The guy didn't have a ton of chips to begin with, and Mintzy had the big pair, the overpair to the board.
Yeah.
So, no, Mintzy got it in good. That's all you can really ask for. He just kind of got unlucky there.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah, you can't fold tens there.
Elio, we're live on the rundown.
He knows.
Yeah, that's good. Good. I'm glad to be on the rundown. So I knew I had to talk to you about that. I'm trying to get my poker game in a row. So
Because we're playing the main event, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. We got to get Dave to put us in.
Yeah, of course. He's rich. Why wouldn't he?
That's what I say, brother.
Good luck, guys. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
All right, speaking of Mintz,
Why did I think him? All right, so now we're going to call. Should I FaceTime him or just call him?
FaceTime.
FaceTime him. Let's see his beautiful face.
All right.
Is he at the table right now?
I don't know how to do that, but I'll try.
You swipe down on the.
Oh, just normal screen record?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you meant like in FaceTime. Yeah, FaceTime. All right. Where is it? There it is.
This is really what you went through all over again with the money. Who's getting it?
He did
Caleb
this-
wanted the money from Nate.
Yeah, this is me, 2017, right?
Exactly.
What?
Time's a flat circle.
Yeah. Dave's playing. Dave
Caleb wanted the money
runs the
from
same plays.
Yeah, Caleb was pushing for Nate's winnings if he won the World Series
really?
poker to be split
and-
amongst all of Barstool.
Yeah, and then Dave said like, yeah, it was crazy.
Did Mintz say to call him at 1:30 and he's not going to pick up at 1:30?
But they also started late,
Where is he right now?
so his break's probably not for another like 15 minutes.
Yeah, where is he playing poker?
In Florida.
Okay, I was going to say respectfully to
Florida
Mintz,
man.
we could definitely get a time zone mixed up.
So yeah, they have a break every 90 minutes, but they started like 15 minutes late, so they probably won't have a break for another 15 minutes.
So Mintz no-shows another Barstool.
So what happened is Mintz went down to Florida to play a poker tournament, $2,500 buy-in. It's $120K for first place. He bagged the chip lead going into today with 14 players left. And then in Chicago right now. Oh, he's FaceTiming me back.
Ooh,
Here we
okay.
go.
Hey, handsome, what's up?
Doing good. I think I got like a little over 1.2 on the first break. So
All
I
right.
lost like a little bit, but nothing too major. Left.
So how's your mental? So we were just explaining, Dave kind of mad at you this morning while you're playing in a big poker tournament. Is that affecting you at all?
I mean, I can't say it's not. Like, I'll say, okay, I'm really happy after I talked, like after, it all happened about an hour before it. I mean, obviously it makes me anxiety and uneasy. I went and ran 2 miles, which got some of the bad stress of it out.
Yeah.
Usually exercise kind of helps me deal with stress. But I mean, I don't love it. I mean, all I ever do is get in hot water with Dave. So, I'd rather that stop, but it's kind of one of those things. When you look at it now, I mean, what's done is done. I mean, it's kind of like what reminds me of the movie Major League, when the Lou Brown gives a speech. It's like, well, I mean, I guess what's done's done now. I mean, the only thing left to do is just win the whole fucking thing, right?
Right.
Well, if you do, is it true that Dave said the money will be divided, or it will not to be divided, it'll go to the Barstool Combine winner? Are you signed off on that?
I don't know. I can't speak for any of that. I mean, Dave and I did have a phone call where he said, he did mention, like, if you're so worried about poker, why don't you take your poker winnings against what you make at Barstool, which, Nate knows how the poker world works. It's always a little more complicated than it seems because you have investors and stuff. I mean, I'm a little uneasy, but I'm trying to just focus. I mean, look, let's call it what it is, guys. I mean, I got a hell of an opportunity here. I'm playing for $121,000. That's not something that happens often. I mean, we're down to 11 players. I got luckier. What's ironic, too, I want to mention, is Nate knows this. I had the luckiest card in the history of my life last night. And if I don't hit that card, I'm back in the office at the Combine today, and none of this happened. So it's like I literally hit quad fours against, it was the craziest hand I've ever seen at the end of the night. If I don't hit that, I'm just back in the office today, and none of this happens.
Yeah, so you got lucky and unlucky at the same time.
Exactly. It reminds me of the Chinese farmer thing. It's like,
Oh.
It's like when you think things are better, it's actually not as good, but when it's bad, it's actually not as bad as you think.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about? That prophecy?
Yep.
So, I just think it's one of those things, though, where, like, obviously, I don't love Dave calling me and being really mad at me, and, but I did ultimately make this decision to come here, and, I just got to focus on this poker tournament now and try to win this damn thing. And, the consequences are coming one way or the other, so I might as well have more money in my wallet when I deal with it, right?
Yeah, so you're at 11, you're playing down to 6. Maybe after...
I don't even know. Maybe we play it all today.
Nah, you're playing down to 6.
What's going on with this guy trying to take your job, Tim?
Now, Chris Moneymakers is saying that he's funnier and not as fat as you. I don't know. He can be on Chicago... What is Moneymaker talking about?
I don't know. Moneymaker's in the same, got this trainer group that I'm in, too, so he has lost some weight, so I'll give him credit. But, I don't know. I mean, I think it is funny seeing Moneymaker go, to him and Dave. It's a funny combo going at it on Twitter. But
Oh, Dave replied?
I don't know if he replied or not, actually. I didn't see, because I'm trying to keep my phone.
Yeah, don't look at your phone. That would be bad. Don't look at your phone.
So, especially with all the day, I've gone through so many of these. I mean, it used to be once every 3 months I'd get into one of these with Dave, but now it's turning into once every 3 weeks.
Nah, you're fine. Hey, you're already not in Chicago, so by the time this airs, we'll know more. But you might as well just win because you're already not there. So you might as well just win the poker tournament while you're there.
I'm saying, I'm gonna get heat either way, so I might as well win this thing and get some more clicks and make some more money, and we'll deal with it when we deal with it.
Do it for Frank.
What's up?
Do it.
It is unfortunate, though. I hate this because I guess I could have clarified better before I came. Because I knew about the Combine. It wasn't like something I didn't know about. I just thought, I thought wrong that if I was down to the final table, that playing for 6 figures, that it would be understood a little better. And you know what? That's what I get for thinking. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, don't make that mistake again.
You'd think I wouldn't make any mistake again after how many I've made. It's just like a comedy of unintentional screw-ups that it never ends.
That's why you're the GOAT. Well, go back and play. We'll wrap up the rundown. We're rooting for you. See ya.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
There you go. Ben Mintz, ladies and gentlemen.
Ben Mintz.
Listen, it's one minor setback for a major comeback, setting up the 4th act of Ben Mintz's life.
Oh, I really hope that recorded.
We got it on these cameras anyway.
No, it didn't record. None of it.
All right, well, we got it on these cameras.
0.0 seconds that recorded. What the hell did it not record? It was just error, phone call in use. I don't know. All right, so yeah, Mintzy, I texted you last night. You didn't understand. So basically, he had pocket 4s. His opponent had pocket 10s. They both hit their card. So
none of this is help.
3 10s is better than...
So
3 10s is better than 3 4s. But then he hit a 4th 4. You got as lucky as you can get.
Yeah, you texted me just a screenshot.
Yeah, I forgot.
The caption OMG.
I forgot you're 1,000 years younger than me and you didn't grow up with this.
No.
Yeah.
So Mintzy's playing for 120K and maybe his job as well. Frank was escorted out of the Devils game. We covered that.
That was the low light of the day so far. I didn't like how sad Frank was.
This is like a sad rundown.
Yeah, it is.
Mintzy is like playing for his life, and Dave is threatening to fire him. Frank is moping everywhere. Barstool Combine.
Kelly's fucking owl died.
Where's Keith?
Could I ask you who is the owl?
So this
There's a
fucking
Central
owl.
Park owl.
There's this owl that escaped from the zoo.
Flew into
I read it flew into a building. It flew into a building.
You think
by
it's an
accident?
inside job?
There's rumors that it's on the Epstein list.
Okay.
It flew into a building by accident?
And now it's like killed itself.
That's what they're saying.
So Keegs,
it killed itself.
Sobbed her eyes out, and she went to the memorial in the park where she said.
But did she just learn about Flacco?
No, she's been a Flacco stan for years.
Okay.
Yeah.
A year. Okay, she's known him for years.
Yeah, it's just a fucking owl though. I could
Who?
not. It's just a fucking
Who?
owl. Oh, I get it.
Who?
Yeah.
It's a Flacco impression before he died.
I hate you. So she sobbed her eyes out. We can play that video of her sobbing her. We can't find her anywhere. John, we can
She's
play.
probably crying right now
we can
over
play-
Flacco.
She went to the memorial. She said it was very sad. I think it's like a little Sebastian type of thing where
Harambe. where
people are like in on it, but it's
Flacco's now a cult hero.
yeah, it's still a dead animal, and some people are like wackos and actually sad, and some people are just there for the bits.
Listen, I like owls. Have you ever seen owls' legs, how long they are?
I have not.
Ooh, I would like to
John
see
Rich,
that.
can you pull up a picture of an owl's legs? These owls have the longest fucking legs. You don't realize if you pull up their fur. Look at those long boys.
Oh wow,
Ooh, that is kind of funny.
you weren't
They
lying.
could wear pants.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That picture. Go back. That one's nuts.
Yeah, they needed to do
They're like
legs.
chicken legs.
Yeah.
Owls are cute. I enjoy an owl.
I like owls.
That owl.
The popsicle owl, he's a good one.
It's like the Jared Carabas body.
Rest in peace, Flacco. I mean,
I think you say rest in peace,
yeah.
Jared. I was like, now he's still
No, he's
alive.
still kicking.
He works for DraftKings.
DK partner.
DK partner, hashtag. So that's an owl. Yeah,
that's an owl.
That's just a sad rundown. We have any good news?
Yeah, Dune comes out this week. I'm
Dune
excited.
2, Jeff D. Lowe.
Oh, you know what I'd like to talk about actually? It's not good news, and no one.
Fucking movie.
Yeah, it's consumed my life the last 24 hours.
A movie.
I watched the most ridiculous movie I've ever seen
you
in my
seen it?
life yesterday.
No,
it's
but I heard
called
him
it's
talk
called
about it.
Colossal.
Never heard of
It's
it.
starring Sudeikis and Hathaway, 2017 comedy. I'm on my flight yesterday, coming home from Aspen. I see comedies. I'm looking for
I
comedies.
bet you John Feidelberg has seen it.
I'm looking for a lighthearted comedy. I see this beautiful screenshot of Hathaway and Sudeikis on a bench laughing. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. How is there a Sudeikis Hathaway rom-com that I don't know about? I put it on. It was the biggest.
What are you doing?
It was. Basically there are two childhood friends that link up later in life. They're both alcoholics, and they somehow them in a park is emulated in Seoul, South Korea. And there's these huge monsters. Sudeikis is a huge robot. She's a huge lizard.
Huge.
And they like fight and they start hating each other. And it was
When they go in the park, are they human or are they monsters?
they're human. So if Hathaway's in the park and she's waving, her monster in
monster.
Seoul is waving.
So
She's a
it's-
monster
it's
when
a
she goes into the
monster.
park.
No, she's a human. And it's like gets very dark.
this is
I thought it was gonna be a
confusing.
fun rom-com. It was the biggest mindfuck. It was so.
What about
odd.
Sudeikis? What's he?
He's a robot.
Okay.
It's a shocking.
how many balls do you give it?
I don't want to say it was bad. It's stunned. I was stunned.
Do you think it's before its time? Like we'll
I was
grow
speechless.
to appreciate it.
I'm not even doing a good job explaining it. I'm speechless at it.
But you made it through the whole movie. It wasn't unwatchable.
I couldn't say. I thought it was a rom-com, and then like they're like, oh, it was crazy. It was something.
Check it out. Movie about some humans turned into.
And I love Sudeikis.
monsters.
Who doesn't?
Oh, you know what else is good news? I've been watching Sex and the City.
Yes.
No, we're not doing this. That's the rundown.
Carrie's back with Aiden. Thank God. What else is there? What other good
That's the
news is
rundown.
there?
That's the rundown.
I guess that's it.
Brick by brick, baby.
We're not doing Sex in the City recaps.
You got to watch Sex and the City, brother. It's
I
good.
know.
It's good.